This is the technical difficulties. We're playing Citation Needed. Joining me in the studio today, he reads books. You know, it's Chris Joel.
He gets another shot.
Everybody's favourite Gary Brannan. Gary Brannan.
3, 4, 9. All of these are numbers.
The batsiest man on the internet, Matt Gray.
Welcome, YouTube.
In front of me, I have an article from Wikipedia, and these folks can't see it. Every fact they get right is a point and a ding, and a special prize for particularly good answers, which is...
Mystery Biscuits!
Oh, yeah.
Today's article is A Message from Earth.
A message from Earth.
What, like from Flash Gordon? That's how you pronounced it.
That's how it should be pronounced. I've got a horrible feeling that in millions of years to come we'll work out we've been saying it wrong for all this time and it should be pronounced Earth.
Is it anything to do with Voyager?
Well, it's the same kind of thing.
Is it, your call is important to us?
If you were a hostile alien species, please press 2 to be reacted to with nuclear missiles.
Please note that Earth is only open between 9 and 5.
9 to 5 what? I have been travelling for parsecs.
Obscure Star Wars reference.
Truth though, isn't it? Anyway, we've got an alien death fleet roundabout that's on hold. Is it something to do with a probe we've sent out?
Not particularly a probe.
Is it fictional?
No, it's entirely real. It's about, let's see.
Can I have a punt at this?
Yeah, I'll tell you it's about 6 light years away right now.
Oh, I'm wrong then.
Why? What were you
I was
going
to
for?
say it's the tune that Blur did that landed on the moon with on Mars
Beagle
with
2.
Beagle 2.
Well, it didn't land. Well, it did land on the
It
moon.
landed.
It landed at high velocity. Downwards.
I know there's a thin line between landing and impact, but I say that to the wife all the time. But it's somewhere on Mars, regrettably, is a Blur CD.
Many different pieces.
I might have a go at the answer.
Yeah, go for
Is it about how far our earliest radio transmissions have got out to space?
Not at 6 light years, it's not.
Just spare a thought for that. They're going to get all the crap early stuff first, aren't they?
As we did.
It's a bit further back from earliest messages, and it's certainly a bit too far for a probe to have got.
This is a transmission.
It's a transmission.
And did someone just broadcast, hey, is anyone listening?
Not entirely. It is I'll give you the point. It's a transmission, specifically one transmitted from an Earth station belonging to the Ukraine National Space Agency, which I can only assume has had some budget cuts recently. But yes, it was transmitted on October 2008.
Oh, really?
Hence the reason it is about 6 light years away.
Please
right
tell
now.
me it just is someone tapping a microphone and going, is this thing on?
Well, it sort of is. It's meant to go about 20 light years in total.
Have they found somewhere specific that they're sending it?
Yes. Any ideas what that might be?
An M-class planet.
Oh, you know what? You can have a point.
Oh, nice work.
It's not M-class. We haven't found one of those yet. But it is a good candidate for being a close thing for where there might be life. Gliese 581c.
That's what I was just going to say. Beaten to it again.
And it's all said because they're expecting everyone there to be completely gleeful.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? If some alien death battle fleet turned up, but it had a really nice name, it would put you off, wouldn't it? We are the
Put me
planet
off
of-
what? Dying?
No, how you would react, you know, if they were like the third war fleet of the flags, you would step back a bit. But if they
The Gleesons.
we are the Glee people.
Oh, that's nice.
Ah, that's nice. In our world, this is bad.
I'm just thinking of militarised Powerpuff Girls right now.
That's what I mean.
It will reach there in about 2029. If we hear anything back, it'll presumably be about 2050. After they've had time to kind of work out what on earth we've sent them.
Do you know what I really want the message to be?
What?
Comes back, 2050. The little printer or whatever that's there to record this for posterity.
Yeah, because it's that sort of thing. It's going to be sci-fi film. It's still going to be a dot matrix printer.
Yeah, totally. He's printing it off bit by bit, and everyone is doing it, and they pick it, they tear it off, they hold it up, and it just says, what?
That would be an entirely perfect response for this, because 501 messages were actually included. How did they pick which ones to send?
Well, the one we sent had a Rickroll in it.
Oh, you know what?
I was just going to say YouTube views.
I'm going to give Gary the point.
Oh, shut up,
Because
really?
it was the internet.
We sent them the internet.
We sent them 501 messages selected by popular vote from the internet.
Porn, kittens. Good afternoon, sir, madam. I have a fantastic opportunity for you.
Not
That's
at
all-
random. Not at random. There was a public vote, so I can only assume.
It was fixed by 4chan and Reddit.
Yeah.
Not 4chan, not Reddit. Which social network did they use to put the time
Oh,
capsule?
please not Twitter.
Google Plus, there was 1 vote in total.
Not quite, but you're close.
Orkut.
Oh, not
Oh,
quite
shout,
that
yeah.
obscure.
Tinder.
Tinder wasn't around then.
Tinder. No. Then a picture of a lizard comes up. Swipe left.
You know how Tinder works.
That's it,
Very
boys. That's a point, married
interesting.
Drammen.
How do I know what Tinder works? I live in the same world you do, and I read newspapers.
Yes, that's
I
fair.
don't know how to.
I don't know how Tinder works.
Just aware, boys. I've not used it. This is one of these things where you try and defend yourself and it just sounds worse.
Stop digging, old boy.
So anyway, yes. What did we use?
Bebo.
I have never even heard of this thing.
Does someone want to explain Bebo to Chris?
Hard, really, but
You know MySpace?
Faintly, yeah.
That's what the people that were younger than us used when MySpace wasn't cool enough. But it's worse.
Okay.
I'm trying to think who the popular boy band of the day would be because we're just sending
I can
all that.
tell
aren't
you.
we?
I can tell you because they were involved in the project.
Oh Jonas Brothers or One Direction?
No,
No,
no.
wait a bit before.
Wait, you're too early for that.
What date were we saying again?
2008.
8. Oh God,
I'll tell you, they're still going.
British or elsewhere.
British.
British.
It was Bebo, so it was British. Bebo's a British network. McFly.
Oh,
McFly were involved, along with Deborah Meaden from Dragon's Den.
off of Dragon's Den.
And Gillian Anderson off of The X-Files, because presumably
She's
they-
nice.
We are sending mixed messages here, people.
We have this much publicity budget. This is who we can get.
That's what came first is the money, isn't it? Who would we put up front now? I mean, Hawking, obviously.
Yeah, if we need an ambassador.
Please.
Brian Cox.
Oh, no. I'd hope they were the angry ones, just because they'd fire at him first.
What's the dislike for Brian Cox?
It's not a dislike, it's just the use of him for anything scientific.
That's true, yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, controversial. I'm putting Noel Edmonds up there.
What? Why?
Consistent master of ceremonies. He can anchor any show no matter what's going wrong. In the old days, I'd have stuck Monkhouse in.
Did you ever hear of Knowles HQ?
Yeah, this is true.
The man believes in cosmic ordering. I'm not putting him out as ambassador
You're
for
making
Earth.
some good points here. Yeah, yeah. But I was thinking from the consistent broadcasting point of view that if anything went wrong, you'd probably be able to keep a show going.
Oh no, if you're doing that, Davina McCall.
Oh,
Davina McCall can hold a show down no matter what's going wrong around her.
You're forgetting something here. This isn't television. This is meeting an alien death fleet.
I'm assuming Tally's going to be there.
Oh, then Morgan Freeman, obviously.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
There's one for the Americans to know what we're talking about.
Yes.
I've heard of Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. We're sending him and Stephen Hawking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
It's sending God and science, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all it
Yeah.
is. We've got both bases covered. Alien Death Fleet's going to negotiate with them. Morgan Freeman can come up with some kind of homespun philosophy when things are getting quite tense.
Please invade. Take me away from all this.
Anyway, the message from Earth is got the McFlys on it.
Yes, it has.
As I believe they're called.
Oh dear.
I've got the McFlys.
501 messages included. One was chosen to illustrate evil.
This is a party political broadcast by the Conservative Party.
Oh, you know what? You are so close.
Cut off.
2008, who would you pick to be the epitome of evil?
Oh, W.
W.
No! So it's now out of date, even though
It is entirely out of date, despite the fact it is currently about a third of the way to a planet about 20 light years away.
We have come to rid you of your great evil, W. Bush.
Yep.
I've just thought the best thing is when the response comes back, no one's going to know what they're responding to because everyone will have forgotten that happened.
One message says the best thing about Earth is George Sampson, who no one will remember even in Britain.
Oh, hang on, let me have a go.
I remember the
know
name.
that
Samson. Was he on
No, I'm
a
thinking of
talent
that.
show?
He was on Britain's Got Talent. He was the kid dancer.
He was a dancer, wasn't
Yep.
he? Yeah.
That message is going through interstellar space right now, aimed at a planet.
Do you know all that philosophy and engineering and
Yep.
writing and discovery? Dancing 8-year-old.
Yeah.
But the best thing is, he was probably cool with that because he knows if a message comes back in the affirmative saying, "Tell us more of these George Sampsons," he's like, "Career's back."
Yeah, that's true.
It's better than what I thought you said. I thought you said Daz Sampson.
Oh.
Oh. That's a reference that Americans shouldn't Google.
Don't.
Don't
Do.
Google.
Depends what you like, really.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not going to. I don't know what they're on about.
I mean, this is blatantly a publicity stunt. What we've essentially done is spammed a planet 20 light years away with an ad for Bebo.
We haven't spammed a planet. We have spammed an entire section of space.
Swathe of space that the
You
radio...
can't pinpoint this.
No, you can't. You can't think it's like... But even a laser beam pointed at a planet would be so wide.
Oh, yeah,
like,
vast diffusion by the time you... Yeah.
Yeah.
What if we can you imagine the opposite is that we receive a message that we can't decode or understand because it's come from the depths of space? We would go absolutely ape for something like that.
We would.
They're going to be doing something similar. We get it. Finally, whatever the race is, finally lands and goes, ah, yes, he won one of our talent shows 70 years ago.
Oh. I mean, we'd treat it as a... Imagine if some alien culture sent a similar message to us. We couldn't decode it. We would have our best cryptographers trying to work out...
We'd be trying to point out its directions or its scientific information or something. And all we've done is sent bloody McFly's frigging shoe size.
Not their shoe size. They don't want to say what they were...
Greatest fears and times they're out of the house.
Did it list the 5 colours of her hair?
It was in praise of someone else. Another woman.
Oh, that song about the teacher?
No, that was Busted.
No, that was Busted.
They sent a message in praise of Cheryl Cole.
The praise of a woman that punched a toilet attendant.
Yep. The transmission took 4.5 hours, by the way. We used a radio telescope, one of the greatest scientific equipments in the world, for 4.5 hours to send this thing.
Yeah, again, planet in the distance is sending message. We shall do this. We have locked onto a signal. Transmit the message. I can see him there in his big cape and everything, his gigantic, space palace.
Again, you're on Ming the Merciless.
Well,
here,
everyone in space looks like that. That's been
Obviously,
well established.
yeah.
Transmit the message. Doot, doot, coming up engaged.
There is another message about a year after it, sent by a completely different group. They targeted this message at literally the same solar system.
Please delete your voicemails. Don't listen to any more. Just delete it.
Essentially, yes.
Was it UKIP?
Oh, God.
No,
Nigel Farage in space.
no, let me speak.
Just without a suit. Just Nigel Farage in space. No space suit, no nothing.
Just actually Nigel Farage.
I've got him in a tweed spacesuit.
Oh, God, the UKIP Space Agency.
He's got a special kind of space agency designed glass that's still got a pint in that you can still suck it. And a hole for a fag.
And this one was 2.8 megabytes of messages, which they just kind of accepted everything sent into their website.
Uh-oh.
Text,
yes.
Have we just intergalactically potentially sexted?
Oh, I don't know.
What do they mean, what am I wearing? The same thing I always wear. A cape.
A giant cape and a long swishy set of gloves and a very neatly trimmed beard.
What I love is that the
I am Ming the Merciless.
And my hands are wet. Why does no one have a towel on Mongo?
This one is wet.
This one is wet. This one is wet.
other messages then. Well, we have loads of them. It turns out, having looked through the wider articles, there are quite a lot of messages we've sent to various places over the years. One of the earliest messages that went out was the teenage message, which was from Russia in 2001. It included a live performance of music, and they just plugged the instrument effectively straight into the radio telescope. What instrument did they plug in that could send sort of coherent sound?
Melodian.
A zither.
Theremin.
Yes! No! And in fact...
Can you get a more mysterious space music than that?
Making space noises into space.
Yep. First theremin concert for extraterrestrials.
Can we just end it on first theremin concert?
Man found to own theremin.
I got to play a theremin a little while ago. It's really
Bloody difficult. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you forget the whole volume thing.
Yeah, even if
you're
you're just
trying to find a note is just...
Yeah.
Why a theremin?
So it just sounds like space, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a constant sine wave. Like, it sounds like a coherent message rather than noise if you
Again,
don't have...
someone outside the industry is doing this to us, and we're trying to decode it here into what could this mysterious message mean? Not realising it's fucking...
Oh God, Doctor Who's coming.
Yeah, it's the opening bars to, I don't know, McFly played on a friggin' theremin.
They did go for Russian folk songs and classical music there. So there was...
Have we trollololed the universe on a theremin?
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Oh.
So you know all those arguments about how we shouldn't send signals out there in case a hostile civilization detects us?
Yeah.
Yeah, too late. Bebo got there first.
Oh, bollocks. Well, hopefully they'll just pass us by, to be honest. Based on what
They
you
are
said.
not worth the trouble.
They are not worth
They
the
cannot
trouble.
dry my flappy
For
gloves.
flappy gloves. And our lack of towels.
There is one other thing, one other message sent in 2012 that I want to talk about, which was 3 transmissions to 3 stars, a very specific bit of space.
Oh, he said you.
You fight! Yeah. No, which was a reply. What was it a reply to?
Is it one of these mysterious sort of thunks that comes from space? Or
I
yeah.
have a point. Anyone remember the name of it? The really big signal.
Wow.
Point. The
Yeah.
wow signal.
The guy circled it in red pen and put "wow" next to it, and that's it.
It matches the expected signature of an interstellar signal perfectly. Never been seen again. Could be a freak event.
Did he cut it to air hostess by McFly?
Again, busted. But we'll let you have it.
McFly stroke busted. Yeah. What we need is a loud noise that goes into space that's recognisable.
That just picks up that wow
so
spike.
I am all for sticking Brian Blessed on top of Everest with an Alp horn.
Yeah, okay.
Why are we not just sending big old spikes of solid pitch? Because if they're looking in the same way we are, and all they're getting is a spike.
What we need to send is boop, 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 boop.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
That has got to be universal. Yeah, absolutely.
That is universal. If nothing else, shave and a haircut, knock off
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Shaving a haircut, shaving a haircut, shaving a haircut, shaving a haircut. Bum, 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 bum. Holy both ends simultaneously. We realise we've been working together. It's the grounds for peace. It's fine. Everybody
Yeah.
sits down, watches
Yep.
Roger Rabbit, hates Christopher Lloyd's character. It's fine. Galactic peace.
That's it. We've solved the world's problems. That's it. Intergalactic peace is inevitable.
Right, curry then, chaps.
Yeah, we're all done. At the end of that show, congratulations, Chris. You win this one. You win a year's supply of AA batteries, courtesy of He-Man's new company. The Power of Grayskull.
Cool. Best one yet.
Thank you very much to Chris Joel,
Winning.
to Gary Brannan,
Felicitations.
to Matt Gray.
Bye-bye.
I've been Tom Scott, and we'll see you next time.
What, has Ming the Merciless got designs on Scarborough as well?
Oh, some hot hail had tidied the place right up.
Oh, that sounds highbrow and commemorative.
Ooh, as opposed to lowbrow and
Lowbrow
commemorative.
commemoration.
Dave's dead. Back down pit.
We're commemorating this with a giant brass arse.
Is this something like fish slapping dance? Oh. With a side o' bacon.
Bacon beating.
Brannon, if you'd care to mime with me.
Go on.
Come, sir.